Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you the codings of my game. So like the spaceships codings, the inclination of a shooter, the missile pod, the restart button, the quick button, the scores and the lives. Okay, so now let's get started about the background. So the background, we have this as background, the instruction, and also we have this as a background, that is the place where we play. And when we play, we will have this as background, and as you can see, it is like very small. So what you have to do is that you have to increase its size. Okay, so also we have the game order, that is a game order when you have to restart, but when you can restart or when you can quit the game. So that's easy. This is basic things. So now we get to the background. If background number is equal to 1, that is when it is in the instruction. What you have to do is that you have to browse out something called hiding bay. When you browse out this, the spaceship 1 will hide. You see, everything will hide because when you are on the screen, on uh, on this screen, you have to hide everything. Everything you have to hide. So when the background is 1, so I hide everything through this browse cards. Okay, this browse cards. Okay, this is one thing. And then what we are going to do is that I'm going to explain to you why I have put a variable as Marilasa to 1 and OK to 1. Okay, so now let's get started. So if missile, as you can see, missile, there was a problem with this. When you place hiding is this hide, it will not like really hide. And because you see this button here, this one, it will be redirected to where the shooter is, because the position, you see the position here, is basically the position of the shooter. I will just show you this. Okay, just wait a minute. This is the shooter, and then as you can see, wait a minute. As you can see, the position is the position X of the shooter. So you'll just like getting there the missile, and then when you press the screen, that's even worse. When you press the screen, it will just show. As you can see, it will show here, and then it will just go up. So if there was not the variable hide missile fires and the Marilasa, that is this and this, it will not hide. So what I did is that if the missile hide first equal to 1, then you have to hide it. If Marilasa not equal to 1, again you have to hide it, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that the Marilasa will be equal to 1, so you have to hide it. And then you place at position X, that is the position of the shooter. You remember the position, and then you have to wait 0.8 seconds, so that you see so that 0.08 seconds, so that there is a little delay when you touch, because when you touch, it just like record it for some seconds, maybe some 0.2 seconds, but just for some sort of security I have made it to 0.8 seconds. So again I have to place it to X equal to position and Y equal to minus 660, because again this is because after the 8 second 0.8 second, it might be that the shooter have moved, and then it will not move the like it will not be in the same line. Okay, so now you have to set the hide missile first to 0, or else it will just continue in this. Okay, just wait a minute here. Okay, because it will just continue in this condition, and then it will hide forever. So okay, let's get to this. So we get hide forever if the missile not set to 0. So also you have, so this part is when the background equal to 1. So when the background equal to 1, so my raster equal to 1, so you have to hide it, okay? And then again you set the missile first to 0, and then you wait 1 second this time, because there was kinda some delay that you have to accept, and then this is how I hide it. So, and then you set my raster to 0 so that it will not get into this condition, okay? That's it for the hiding part when you have the background as one. So now let's get continue. So now when when now the screen is touch, that is when you do this movement. Okay, so how you have to press the screen to touch, that is when you do this movement, what you have to do is that you have to set next background. So if the screen is touch, you set next background, okay? And then you Bruce Scott stop hiding. You remember when we have to hide the we have to hide the spaceships, the shooter, and the missile. Now you have to stop hiding, and then you Bruce Scott stop hiding, which you just like stop hiding them, and then you press onto the next background, and then there will be like a small delay, and this small delay when you press the screen and you press and there is the next background, the missile will again like show up out of nowhere. So you have to again set missile first to 1, and it will hide for 0.8 seconds, and then you can continue on playing the game. 0.8 seconds is a very small delay, and you can really adjust to that. Okay, so now will be next background, that is background number 2. So now again, when it be background number 2, you have to set it to size 350. Okay, so now, okay, this was kind of, okay, so you can continue now. So you have to set it to 350%. So now, okay, when the background equal to 3, okay, that is this part. Okay, no, I will not show you like this. That is a background number equal to 3. That is this part here. What you have to do is that you have to again set the background size to 100, because it will be too big if you set it like bigger. Okay, so now, so I will show you this part later. I will not forget about it. I'll just show you it later. So getting onto the spaceships, I will only explain to you one, because for the others it is just the same program, the same thing. Okay, so let's get onto the spaceship one. So the spaceship one, basically when the program start, I have hide my missile first to 0. Okay, I could have put it in the background scripts, but I prefer to put it here because I don't know why, I just prefer to put it here. So also you have to set your life. I have set my variable life to 3, and then you have to set the size to 60 because it will be too big. Also you have to set variable t. So basically t is the score of the of your game. So you have to set t to 0, and when you place at this position, that is, I'll show you which position, this position here. Okay, so also what you have to do is that this position, and this is for spaceship number 1, and then for the other, you can see that I have placed it like other part, you see here, other part of the screen. Also for spaceship number 3, other part of the screen, and here also other part of the screen. Okay, so now let's get onto the scripts. So okay, I have placed this part, and then as you can see here is that I have set my spaceship 1 to position number Y. This why I did is very simple, is okay, just wait a minute. Okay, here it is. So this is very simple, is that when the position Y of the missile is like greater than spaceship 1 plus 30, this is just like some kind of, you see, some kind of adjustment. Or else if I have not put the plus 30, it will, like, when it comes to the spaceship, it will just disappear. So you will not collide with the spaceships, and then when you will not collide with spaceship, it will not, like, kill the spaceship. So what you have to do is that if position Y, and this part is mainly done to, like, you see, to like, you see, if you have, like, missed the spaceships, so when the missile will go up, it will go up just like the highest position of the screen, the highest position where the spaceship is. Because I have to do this because you have only one missile, so you have to use it wisely again. So this is the part where you see, you see the, you see where the missile will disappear and then reappear at the bottom of the screen, that is at the position X, at the X position, that is where the shooter is. Okay, so this is a part of the position. Okay, the position of the missile when you have to hide it, like when it is, like, you see, like at a greater position, or so you have to hide the missile here when it is, like, when it is like higher than the spaceship one. You see, when it goes to the spaceship one, it just hides itself and then goes back to the shooter position, so that you won't get the problem that if the shooter goes up the screen here, it will, like, you see, it will, like, it will not be good, because see, uh, it will take time and then you can lose and everything. So okay, that's something. And then, yeah, I was on the spaceship. So spaceship, when you receive if OK equal to 1, so you can place it at this position, because you will see why I did this is because when the background number equal to 1, if I have not set this OK equal to 1, then it will just get onto this one, this part here. So we'll just get onto moving, will move already, and this is not what I want. What I want is that I want it to be placed at this position if OK equal to 1. Okay, you understand me a little bit here, I think. So if, yeah, this is it here. If you have the background 1, you have to set OK as 1. Yeah, if you have the background 1, then you have to set OK as 1, and then what we will do basically is that we will place the spaceship at its original position. So now if t equal to 5, that is less than 5, so what you have to do is that you have to set the speed as minus 100, that is like a reasonable pace. So this is where it gets very interesting. So when it is greater than 5 and less than 10, so what you have to do is that you set velocity to 100 and minus 150, that is it gets on, like, faster. And then if it gets bigger than 5 and less than 10, you set it like a bit, like, faster. And then if it gets greater than 10, then what you have to do is that you have to set it to minus 50, 250 minus t, that is the score, minus 10. This is because it will increase the speed gradually. Okay, so this is it. And also now this is the part where it gets interesting also. If the position y is like less than minus 900, that is just at the bottom of the screen here. So what you have to do is that you have to, if it is at the bottom of the screen, then you have to minus life as 1, then you wait 0.01 second, this I've done to, like, you see, get on some delay. I think you see some kind of delay, and then you have to place it again at its original position, and then you continue on. Now if life equal to 0, basically what you have to do is that you have to hide. You have to hide yourself, and then you set background number 2, number 3. But that is the background number 2, number 3 is when you're over, and then when you're game over, and then you have to press on restart or quick. And then what I'll do is that I browse code 1. Basically 1, what it will do, as you can see just below here, when you see 1, you have to hide yourself. This is again true for the missile here. You have to hide. This is true for everything in the shooter. You have to hide, and for the other also. So this is where when you get when the life equal to 0. Also, what you have to do is that I have set my variable a to 10. So okay, we are at this page 1. So let's get continue. So this is it. When you have to set life as 0, then you have to browse code 1, and then also you have to set variable a as 10, so that you see this was done like some kind of precaution that I take so as to hide the missile and all this, because the missile will not get hit. Okay, so now you can continue, and then when life goes to 0, you have to place it again at this spot. So now let's get onto the shooting part. So missile, no, let's get onto the inclination part. So as you can see here, this is my program, this is my script for the shooter. So basically when the program starts, you place it at this position, that is at the bottom of the screen, and then you have to set size as 300 because it was kind of small when I downloaded it, and then you have to change x by the inclination of minus x, because this is how it works. When you tilt right, the inclination will be at left, and when you tilt left, the inclination will be at right. So you have to change this by minus inclination x to, like, you see, to, let me just delete this because it is not necessary. You have to change this so as to get a more, so that is it is working, see. So if OK equal to 1, again you have to place it at this position, okay, and then you have why okay, this is if it comes at the edge of the screen, then you have to, edge of the screen is that greater than 540. What you have to do is that you have to, like, place it again at its position, that is at the right position, or else it will just go further to the right and then it will not come back. Okay, this part here is like to bounce it off of the edge, and then I have set the variable position to position x. I think this, I showed you why I did this. Basically position x will get the missile to where the shooter is. This is why I have chosen the variable x. And then when you receive 1, I think you remember this, so 1 when life equals, so yeah, I'll just re-show you here. So when life equals to 0, you have to browse code 1, and then when you browse code 1, it will hide itself. Okay, so this is a shooter part, and then I will show you now the missile part, which is the most bulkiest one. So when the program starts, you place it at this position. Okay, so now you set the size to 80 because 80 is the right size. So now you have to wait until the screen is touched one time, and then you can continue on. So forever, if screen is not touched, then you have to, what you have to do is that you have to like displace displace the missile. So here it is. You you move the missile position X, position Y. You change it by inclination X, so position will be the position of a shooter. And then if the screen is touched now, if the screen is touched, if the screen is touched, or Y equal to greater than minus minus 650 and A not equal to 10. So what you have to do is that you have to show the variable and then you show the missile and then you set velocity to 1000. Okay, so this is basically done. This part here, the position Y greater than 6 minus 650 is basically done so as to get it moving, like if it was not there it will only move when the screen is touched. Okay, so now this is the part. So I think that I have already covered the hide missile first, so let's get skip this. Also this also I have covered it, this I have covered it also. And now this is simple thing. If it touches the spaceship one, then you hide it and you brusque out shoot. So when you brusque out shoot, that is when you hit on the spaceship one, when you brusque out shoot, you will see that when you receive shoot, have brusque out missile. When you brusque out missile, it will like hide the missile then. So this is like they are helping each other. When the spaceship one receives shoot, that is from missile, when it touches the spaceship one, it will hide and then it will change variable t by 1, because you have to upgrade your score when you have killed the spaceship successfully. Okay, so then you place it again at the position minus 420 and then you show it again. Okay, so because it was hide here, so you have to show it again. So okay, let's continue with the missile pod. This is the same thing for the spaceship too. Okay, this is again for the spaceship 2, for the spaceship 3, and for the spaceship 4. Okay, so now one thing again, when you receive missile that is from the spaceships, when you receive missile, you have to hide yourself and then place at the position X position, because that is the position of the shooter. Okay, this is the part. So now what you have to do is I will get to the restart part. So when the program starts, you have to hide the restart. There is no way out, you have to hide it. So when you see one, that is when okay, when you receive one, so when you see one, that is when you have to, when you see one, that is when the life is 0, you have to place it at this position, and then when it is stopped, you have to hide it. There's no way out, you have to hide it. Because okay, I don't know why I have put so much hide here, but I think there is one hide here also. So you have to hide it, then you set variable hide missile first to 0. I think that you already remember this was to hide the missile, because there was a problem when you hide the missile. When you touch the screen it will not work, so you have to hide the missile first again. You have to use this again, and then what you have to do is that you have to browse code number 2. What we'll do is that you will see here, number 2 will make it show again and then place it at the position that is for the spaceship 1, and then also this will be done for the for the missile. You see when you receive okay, this was not done for missile. So yeah, let's get on to the reset part. I'm sorry. So when you press on when it is tap the restart button, you have to hide it, Then what you do, you browse codes to, okay, you browse codes to what will do is what will be, it will be, it will make the spaceship show again, because when the life equal to 0 here, when the life equal to 0 here, what you will do is browse code 1, that you will hide it, it will hide it. So what you have to do is that when you press on the reset button, you have to, like, you see, make it appear again on screen. Okay, this is what the restart button will do when it is browse code to 2. Okay, so now you have to set variable t to 0. Okay, you also have to set variable a to 0. That is, this is kind of a precaution to hide the missile and to make it move and everything. And also you have to set life to 3, that is, we restore the life, and then you set background to number 2, which is obvious. Okay, so now this is for a restart part, and then you have a quick part. So when the program starts, you have to hide it. Okay, this is obvious, so this was not part of the plan. Okay, so when program starts, you have to hide it, and then when you receive 1, you have to show, that is, when life equals to 0, you have to show it. And then if you receive 2 now, 2, which is the restart part, when you have to restart the game, if you receive 2, you have to hide it again. And now when it is top, you have to hide it. Okay, this is obvious how to hide it. And then you set the hide missile first to 1 and the Marilasa as 1, so that you see, to hide the missile. So you have to wait 0.5 seconds. This is done because when I have, like, you see, dry run it, when I have pressed on the screen on the quick, it will get to the background number 1. You see here, we get to the background number 1. But there is a problem. When you get to the background number 1, you remember when I touch the quick button, what will happen is that it will get onto the second screen, like, right away, because there's a kind of a problem with screen touch. So I have waited 0.5 seconds, so that, you see, I have lift my thumb up and everything is okay. So then you have to set background to number 1. Okay, this is obvious. Then you browse code number 3. So what number 3 will do is that it will hide everything. It will hide everything, you see, when we hide everything. Okay, just wait a minute here. So you see, when you receive number 3, it will hide everything. Okay, so I have broadcasted hiding is B. This is done to also hide everything. This, I think that the browse code is to hide, browse code 3 is to hide the restart, and the browse code hiding is B is to hide everything. So you have to again set the life to 3, because when you press on the quick button, you'll be redirected to the background number 1. And then if you want to play again, that is, will press on the background number 1. Then you have to set your life to 3, obviously, and then you have to set your score to 0. And then you have to set A as 0, because A, that will do is that it will control the shooter and do everything, okay, about the shooter. It also hide it. So now I get onto the scoreboard. So the scoreboard, you have to set size to 60 and then place it at this position. And then forever you have to show the T, that is the score. So now when you receive 1, that is life equal to 0, you have to hide. When you receive 2, you have to, yeah, when you receive 2, you have to show, because you see, it is just after you have pressed the restart button. And then when you see 3, you have to hide, obviously, because when you see 3 be redirected to background number 1, so you have to hide, because in background number 1, that is the instruction, you have to hide it. And then you have to hide it when hiding is B, that is when the background equal to 1, or when you have pressed the quick button. Okay, so now when you receive stop hiding, that is when you have pressed on the background number 1, then you have to show it. This is the score part. and then you have the live pod. So the live pod, you set size to 60 again. You place at this position, and then what you will do is that you will place the live pod in this spot. So you have to place live. Okay. So now when you receive 1, that is when the live equal to 0, when you have to hide. When you receive 2, you have to show, that is when you have tap on the restart. And then when you receive 3, you have to hide, that is when you have tap on quick, because if you realize it to the background number 1. And then when you receive hiding is B also, that is when the background is 1, you have, or you have quick, or you have press on quick, then you have to hide again. And also when you have received stop hiding, that is when you have press on the screen, then the background is 1, then you have to show it. So guys, this is basically the program of the game, and I hope that you like it. Thank you so